Hey everyone, Laura tagged me and everybody that's been pregnant or is pregnant right now on the good and the bad and the ugly of being pregnant, and I really wanted to do this video because I think it's kind of fun. I'm going to start with the bad also. My bad experiences of being pregnant was being nauseous. I think every person goes through that being pregnant. Even if you don't even get sick, I was nauseous. I'm really big into eating right and everything like that, and I just had a really hard time eating. But I would make myself eat. As the end result, I'm glad I did, but I just was nauseous. That was the worst thing. Peeing, oh my god. I would get up and I would feel like my bladder was like the size of freaking Texas, and then I'd go to the bathroom and it'd be like, psst, and I'd be like, are you kidding? I got up for this? It would be like a 1-second pee. It would be ridiculous, and I'd sit there and laugh, and her dad would laugh at me because I'd get up like 5-6 times during the night, and I would just be absolutely just like dead tired on the toilet. I'd pee, and I'd be like, no, pee more, because I know if I'd go right back to bed, I would go back to the bathroom. So to prevent that, I stopped drinking water or any type of liquids before 7. I'd stop drinking after 7, no more liquids. And I actually did see a difference a little bit, but not a big difference. I was going to the bathroom like 5-6 times a night, and then it went down to like 2-3 times. And I worked full time, so it was I did kind of go through a lot of stress being pregnant because I had a lot of stressors in my life. I'm going to actually be making a separate video. You can probably see it. I'll pop it up on here to bring you over to that video. It's about her father and my fiance now. So if you want to know the scoop and the story on that. The good, I had a lot of goods besides the stressors. I loved being pregnant and going to the ultrasounds. I loved seeing a picture inside me. I loved being able to see her. It never really hit me until I had her that I was pregnant. I mean, I knew I was pregnant. I would complain for the most part because I was like, God, I hate being huge, and I hate feeling like I can't move. But it was definitely I mean, I never imagined it being or feeling like it did. Like, it felt so good to be able to, like, be in the bathtub. I think one of my favorite things I would do is, like, get in the bathtub and I'd squirt baby oil. Like, I'd put, like, a cup of baby oil in my bathtub. And I would just lay in the bathtub and I would just rub baby oil all over my stomach. And I'd just sit there and I'd hum and I'd sing, and and then she'd like react. It would be really cool because I'd be like, I love you, and I'd talk to her and she would react to me talking. And I think that's when it started hitting me at the very end, like at 7-8 months is when she started like reacting to my voice. But when she would move, she wouldn't move very much. I noticed that, like, a lot of women would talk on YouTube about, oh, and they'd get her on video just moving like all sorts of crazy. She would never move. The only time she was really, really moving a lot was when me, Carl, and Carl Jr. were in we were in the movies, and I was leaning up against Carl, and Carl Jr., my stepson, was sitting next to me, and all of a sudden, like, the top of my stomach, like right here, was like, I mean, she was just like going at it, like at the top of my stomach. And it was crazy. Like, you could see it through my shirt. Like, I put my shirt down where it was really tight, and you could just see it just rippling. She, like, played with us for about 15 minutes. It was the most amazing thing, and we still remember it. When she got hiccups for the first time, we were watching a movie, and we were laying down on the floor. We were all cuddled up next to each other, and Carl had his hand on my stomach, and he goes, what is that? And I don't know why I thought it was like gas bubbles or something. I don't know why I thought that. But it was funny because I just felt going, I mean, it feels like true hiccups, like, inside of you. And, like, I could feel her have them, and it was the cutest thing. And she would get them on the dot at 10:30 every night from that point on. It was the coolest thing ever. It was crazy, because it was just like, why would she get them at the same time every single night? It was crazy. It was just absolutely cool. But, another thing that I really enjoyed was I got huge boobs. My boobs got so big. I was like a bee. And then all of a sudden, like, I shot up to like a full D. I mean, I almost got bigger than a D. Thank God that I didn't, because they were just enormous. They were just so big. So those were my good and bad. I enjoyed being pregnant, getting the attention from the public. I didn't get attention from her dad. Her dad kind of got distant with me when I got pregnant. It was like, I got pregnant, and it almost felt like he was like, oh, well, she'll be in my life for the rest of my life, so there's no chase, because that's how her dad is. So it was, I like getting attention, period. Who doesn't like getting attention? But I liked getting the pregnancy attention. You feel vulnerable, and everybody sees that. I think everybody reads that you're very vulnerable at that state, so they treat you with such, I don't know what it is. It might just be like the pregnancy glow or something, but everybody treats you like you're this precious person. I mean, even like mean people, the people that I would be like, you're mean. Like, I had a coworker at my work. He was kind of mean, and he would always be mean to me until I got pregnant. Like, until I started showing, he would always be like, how are you feeling today? You look so good. And I'd be like, this is really weird. He was gay, but I mean, it was really weird how everybody just treated you. Like, they'd open up doors, let you go first, like, ask you if you need help bringing your groceries up to your car. Like, it was just everything. I couldn't even lift, like, anything over 10 pounds without someone coming and running up and grabbing it from my hands and saying, you don't need to be holding that, or whatnot. So, I enjoyed being pregnant for the most part. It was nice having Carl come in my life, because he made my pregnancy so much more enjoyable, and he made me see the beauty of being pregnant. I'm going to be making a video about her father and my fiance and the time lapse between them. If you guys want to see that, you can subscribe and go to my page and see it. I'll be posting it today. But the ugly part about being pregnant, is, well, it's kind of gross, but I'm going to tell you. Being constipated. I wasn't constipated a lot. When I was, it was horrible. Right before you have the baby, the mucus plug, and going to the doctor, and getting weighed, and seeing it go up and up and up. I, on the other hand, I will have to say that I enjoyed seeing how much weight I gained, because it made me say, oh, that's how much my baby weighs. It wouldn't be like, oh, that's how much fat I've gained. It was more of like, oh, that's how much the baby's gained. Labor is an ugly thing. Not having her wasn't ugly, but the gross stuff. It's not like the most prettiest scene. You know, it's kind of gooey and gross, but you get the most wonderful gift out of all of it. It's the most precious thing you guys will ever experience. If you're pregnant or have already had a baby, you already know what I'm talking about. When she was born, the minute she came to me, it made all the bad and the ugly in the pregnancy just absolutely everything I complained about, being fat, being gross feeling like I can't move, I couldn't see my crotch, for God's sake. But for the most part, it was all worth
ending when you lay eyes on your child for the first time and see, this is what my child is, this is who my child is, this is, I will protect her, protect him, I will be there for you. And I mean, you devote your life to that little person, and it's just not any little person, it's your little person. So it all makes it worth it. You know, you dream of, oh, what's my kid gonna look like, or who is it gonna be, a boy or a girl, and everything just at the very end just makes up for it. So my good and my bad and my ugly of pregnancy, and that's really it. So I hope you enjoy. Talk to you later. Bye.